Let's take a look at the Paddletek Bantam GTO paddles. Within the Bantam line from Paddletek comes a new shape, the GTO. So this paddle is gonna come in at 16¼ inches in length, which puts it in the hybrid category. You may be familiar with the ALW or the TKO shapes, which are gonna come in an elongated and standard version. So this one sits right in the middle. The hybrid shape is meant to accomplish that great balance of power and control, and this paddle is no exception from that. 16¼ inches in length, the handle is 5½ inches. So if you are a power player who wants a little more control than an elongated paddle offers, this GTO could be a great option for you. This hybrid shape within the Bantam lineup is also unique in this shape it comes in. So it's going to have a rounded top and a tapered throat. This is something we have not seen from Paddletek within that Bantam line. What we found is this will expand the sweet spot. They threw the weight around in this paddle. It's a little different feeling. The balance point is gonna be about almost 2 inches towards the top of the paddle. We consider this head heavy. This drives a lot more power and some more control, given that it will increase the swing weight and twist weight by having that balance point higher up in the paddle. When it comes to hybrid paddles, balance can kind of dictate which side it falls on more control or more power, being that in-between shape. We found this paddle actually accomplished both in a very notable way. So the swing weight we found was up there with the TKO. The twist weight was similar to that of the ALW shape, that standard control-oriented form, but it still offered almost as much power and swing weight as the TKO does. So if their goal was to offer a hybrid paddle that had a good balance of power and control, we found they made a 16¼ inch length paddle with great power and great control. This can be attributed to the different weighting system they included inside the paddle. We're gonna see a similar cold pressed core, same surface. Everything about the paddle is generally the same as the other paddles in the Bantam lineup. It's really gonna be that shape, the tapered throat, the rounded head, and the length that set it apart. With 4 colorways to choose from in 2 thicknesses, you can really dial in your preferred color in addition to the thickness that best suits your game. We've seen some chatter online about the Kyle Yates performing different on the spec table amongst the other colorways. I can tell you, we checked the batch we received here. The inventory was very consistent amongst all of the colorways. So having heard from Paddletek directly, that claim is confirmed. So all the colorways are gonna have the exact same specs within the tolerance range. So you might find one that is heavier end of the scale, but overall they're gonna sit between that 7.7 to 8.1 ounce range. We have a 12.7 millimeter core and a 14.3 millimeter core option, which both to us sit on the power side. We're used to that 16 millimeter core being the more traditional control-oriented thickness. Both of these paddles at 14.3 millimeters and 12.7 millimeters sit below that. Overall, if you've ever played on a court with a Paddletek or heard the Bantam being swung, it has a unique noise and a unique amount of pop. So with those elongated versions, you can expect a ton of power. With the Annalee Waters model, you'll expect a similar amount of grit and spin, but the shape is gonna be more control-oriented. This GTO accomplishes a great balance of both. We cannot emphasize enough how much power and control it has for being a hybrid shape. Compared to other hybrids out there, it's gonna offer both of these in a higher degree. The downside would be the hand speed. So the fact that the balance is a little bit higher in the paddle, that exactly 1.7 inch above the middle measurement is gonna be a little bit slower on the hands battle. So the standard shape paddles, more control oriented, typically have a faster hand speed at the net. You're sacrificing power for that added control. This paddle kind of accomplishes a similar amount of control in the amount of twist weight or the size of the sweet spot it offers, but the takeaway is it's not gonna be as fast through the air. So if you're someone who prefers control driven from resets more than hand battles, this is gonna be a great option for you. Overall, this paddle is intended to suit intermediate to advanced players looking for a high amount of power. So power is a part of your game. You play aggressively, and when you get up to the net, you wanna have the control that a standard paddle typically offers. If you're interested in this paddle or any more, check us out at pickleballwarehouse.com.